I'm bored. Today, I want to go over some memes and explain to you guys what they mean. This video was inspired by Ben Awad, who did a similar video, but it's okay. He gave me his blessings to do it. So you guys should go check out his video, but make sure you watch this one first. So without further ado, let's get into some memes. All right, so in this one we have, "I'm trying to be the right guy for you," says TypeScript. And underneath, the girl says, "The right guy is already here." And it shows JavaScript. And yeah, I mean, TypeScript was a language that was created to be kind of like a safer way to use JavaScript, but you know, people still use JavaScript. So I guess even in programming, nice guys do finish last.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. But you...
All right, so this says, "Select star from Iceland were named like sun." So this right here is a SQL statement, basically saying we have this table called Iceland, so get everything from this table where the name ends in sun. And if you look at their roster, literally every single person's name ends in sun. That is that real? That can't be real, is it? Wait, all right, hold on one sec. All right, so I had to look this up, and it says Iceland follows a patronymic or metronymic, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, system rather than a family name system, meaning that the person's surname is derived from the name of the parent rather than the name that's been carried through the family for generations. So it's the name of the parent mixed with the suffix son for the male or dotir for a female. So like if my dad's name was Jack, my last name would be, or my name would be Sam Jackson. And then my kid's name would be whatever Samson. Okay, I guess we came in here learning about programming and we learned about Icelandic surnames. So, I mean, you never know what you're gonna get in these videos. So this one here says, "Interview as an employee. Welcome to the 6th interview. Please write an algorithm to invert a binary tree." And the guy's like, "No." "Interview as a freelancer. Are you available for work?" "Yes." And I guess that's kind of true. I mean, it's basically saying like it's really hard to interview as a software developer, whereas if you're a freelancer, people just ask you for work, which is, I don't know. I mean, you probably have to have some kind of portfolio there. And I mean, let's be honest, this is totally untrue. No one would ever ask you to invert a binary tree at an on-site interview. And if they did, you are a very lucky person. All right, the next one here we have is writing useless git commit messages. I love it when they have these books with a satirical title. Yeah, it's basically making fun of people who write useless commit messages, like git commit changes. And I kid you not, I work with someone who writes their commits like this, and it's really annoying. So if you're watching this, you know who you are. So yeah, don't be that person. All right, so when you're a carpenter, but also a programmer. Oh, I get it. So I think that this is supposed to look like commit messages in GitHub. So if we go to GitHub, so on GitHub, it actually shows a history of your commits, and the darker the green, the more commits there were on that day. So I believe that it's saying that this pile of logs is supposed to look like that. Obviously, it would be more helpful if they were in green, but I think that's what it's getting at. I don't know. Hey, I didn't say they were all gonna be funny. All right, the next one is, you don't ever have to pass parameters if every variable is a global variable. I mean, he's not wrong there, right? If you wanna use a variable in a function, you'll have to pass it as a parameter, but if it's global, then you can just use it in any function. So, I mean, he's got a point there. However, obviously this leads to very maintainable poor code that can lead to a lot of bugs. So yeah, don't do that. All right, here we have, "Mom, can we get an if statement?" "No, we have an if statement at home." If statement at home. "While condition, statement 1 break. While not condition, statement 2 break." So this is one way you could technically write an if statement. You could just have a while loop and it has a condition, and then you just run that condition and then break. Or if it's the opposite condition, then it goes to another statement and then it breaks out. So that's funny. I never I guess put it together that you could write an if statement like that, but I guess technically you could. I feel like this would be a good prank to play on my coworkers on my next code review. All right, here we have the clown from It saying, "I have a new framework down here." And then all the Java developers rush to it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, y'all JavaScript developers need to chill. I feel like there's a new one, or there's like a hot new JavaScript framework like every month. You know, whenever I hear about a new one, I have to like rush and learn it before it goes obsolete. However, I feel like React has been doing a pretty good job, but I feel like I know that as soon as I learn it, people are gonna jump to something else. All right, so here we have two dinosaurs. The first one is saying, I can't wait to learn how to code. Web development seems so great. And then this guy's saying, yeah, it's awesome. There's like React, Vue, Node, Dino. And then the guy jumps in, he's like 100 days of code. And then once he lands in there, he's like, oh, there's all this other stuff like scopes and hoisting. And then his reaction is like, I can't say it, but you could probably guess what it is. Here we have a ghost saying boo a few times and there's no reaction from the other person. And then finally they're saying light IDE theme. And then finally it scares the person. And yeah, I agree. There's nothing worse than only having a light theme for something, not even just IDEs. I remember I had this coworker once who was using light theme and I was like, hey, don't you know there's a dark theme for that? And she was like, yeah, I know. I just like light theme better. And I was like, I don't even know you anymore. And I think that was the last time we ever spoke. All right, so here it seems like we have someone who's pushing the up key a bunch of times. And they say, finally. And then once we look here, they're actually using the terminal and it's saying, I knew I had an ls somewhere here in my history. So when you're using the command line or the terminal, you can push the up key to go back to your previous commands. And the thing here is, he only had to type in 2 letters, L and S, but instead of doing that, he was looking for it to already be in his history. So yeah, I think it just goes to show that programmers are pretty lazy, and I may or may not have been guilty of doing this myself. So here we have, oh no, the robots are killing us. But why? We never programmed them to do this. And here we have the code for it. So there's a variable called isCrazyMurderingRobot and it's set to false. And then there's a function here called interact with humans. And what it is, it's an if statement saying if crazy murdering robot equals true, kill humans, else be nice to humans. So the joke here is that in this if statement, you actually are supposed to use double equal sign if you want to test for equality. Using a single equal sign actually sets the variable is crazy murdering robot to true. Hence it goes into the if statement, which calls kill humans. So I feel like this is a mistake that pretty much anyone who codes has made this mistake before. So we can all relate. All right, here we have adding another programming language to my resume after learning how to write hello world in it. Oh yeah, let's go, baby. Just keep adding those languages to your resume, right? I used to do this and I immediately got called on my bluff. I was at a career fair and I was like, yeah, I've worked with Swift before. And they were like, all right, name one thing that you like about it and one thing you don't like about it. And I was like, it's better than Objective-C. And I don't even remember what I said for the bad thing. And yeah, I never heard back from them. All right, here we have what's the magic word to get what you want? And there's this dad holding a cookie and the kid is like sudo. So in the Linux operating system, sudo is a command that you use on the terminal, basically saying that, hey, I'm the super user of this computer, and just like it gives you permission to do certain commands. And fun fact, sudo is actually short for super user do. So I bet you didn't know that. Or maybe you did, but I'm telling you anyways. All right, here we have someone trying to go underground somewhere. And the guy says, if you go in there, there's no coming back. And the other guy says, I have to do it. I have to know what happened to my friends. The fool. And basically this is saying like he's going into Vim. So there's a joke there because Vim, like once you go in, a lot of people, if you've never used it, you don't know how to exit Vim. So yeah, that's kind of like an inside joke for programmers. I personally really like Vim and, just push escape, Q exclamation point whenever you're in doubt. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching the video. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want me to do some more memes? I felt like that was a pretty fun exercise. And yeah, I don't know. If you guys liked it, make sure you guys hit the like button. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And as always, keep on coding.